Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Did you see me? I have my. All right. Already. All right. Relax, will you? Oh, Teddy Bear's getting old and crabby in his older. Oh no, Ardeen. Oh, Ardeen, where are you? I don't remember. Are you in Illinois, maybe? I forgot now. So, good morning, mid-July here. Here you go, buddy. I give you cookies. And we are doing our Christmas in July card making, I don't know, card making thing, challenge. I don't want to call it a challenge. Oh, British Columbia. Oh, gee. Yeah, they haven't got them under control yet, have they? The wildfires over in Canada. Oh yeah, I don't know, you guys. Anyway, all right. So this morning, just say prayers for you, Ardeen. That's just terrible. Okay. All right. So this morning we are going to be doing a card that is the 300 wildfires. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Oh, gee. It's tough. It's tough. I know. And it affects more people than you think because of the smoke like you're experiencing. So there you go. Okay. So prayers for Ardeen and for all the folks in Canada, that they survive and go back to their normal living. And that we become aware of their struggle. All right, so here we're going to be doing this card. Sorry, get off track, but you have to sometimes stop and say a little prayer, right? Okay, so anyway, here we are, and we are making this card. This is a Rob and Bob card. It's fairly new. I think it's been out for about a year. And it's really cute. It kind of reminds me of the Eartha Kitt song, as I mentioned yesterday, Santa Baby. And so I thought it was just really cute. There are a lot of little tiny pieces in this. So if you're going to make this, you have to be very patient with yourself and the process, because let me just show you. This is, look at the eyes. Those are paper pieces inside the eyes, and right here, this is all paper pieces. What else? Her lips, which I tried to give a little shine to. These are all tiny, tiny pieces that you have to remember when you're cutting it out. So patience is definitely in order for this card, but I want to show you how to make it because there are a couple other great Rob and Bob cards that require this same level of detail. And so you might decide, okay, I'm not ready for this, and try something else, right? So let's show you where I got this from. And also we'll talk a little bit about I was wondering what you guys might think of for having a sentiment, because this card does have an inside. Now this one that I didn't keep the inside because I was thinking, all right, what am I going to do about a sentiment? Because it has to be kind of kitschy, right? It has to be a little kitschy. So anyway, let's start off from new, and we're going to go to images, and we're going to choose image sets. And again, we're going to type in the name Rob. Now, this does come from an image set that says Rob and Bob. So you will, I think it's down here under holiday collection. Yes. So this is a fairly new, it came out like, I think unless I'm mistaken, I think it came out last year. and it didn't really go live in Design Space as part of the Design Space. See, it has the A there. Didn't go live. It was like a digital mystery box that took a while. So the card is actually over here on the right hand side. It's hard to see because of the envelope, but we're just going to pull that in. And here we go. So let us go ahead and take ungroup, and I'm just going to get rid of this envelope. You guys know how I feel about envelopes. And then, whoops, what happened? All right, then I'm going to grab this and make sure it is 10 inches wide. Now, I know you guys, some of you like the A2 image size, but I'm a little afraid if you did this in the smaller size, how you would handle some of these teeny tiny pieces. And so for me, doing the 5x7 inch card, which is 10 inches wide, seems like an easier thing. There's really nothing you have to do except resize this, but I wanted to just show you, I hope that it's, yeah. So see here, we've got all of these different pieces. Now, this is slightly different than when we used to craft with our Cricuts years ago, where everything had like layers. This one, no, not so much, you know, because it's a new design. And I just want to show you, there is our inside of our card. So if you wanted to do a sentiment in here, and I was just thinking, since this reminds me so much of Eartha Kitt as when she was doing her Santa Baby song, I thought that I would come over and look up Santa Baby lyrics to see if there's something there that's kind of short and sweet. So it's a Santa Baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa Baby. So hurry down the chimney tonight. And she's also asking for a convertible, and yeah, and she wants a yacht, and she wants a deed to a platinum mine. No, she's not asking for a lot. She wants a duplex and checks with your ex on the line. Hurry down the chimney to I like this one. It says, come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany's. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. So I'm going to take that. So I'm going to just go ahead and grab that paragraph, and I'm going to hit Command C, which is copy in my computer. And I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to choose text. And then here is where I'm going to do Command V or paste. And obviously it's way too big for what we need it for. And I'm going to put an exclamation point on here. So let's go up here to fonts, and let's look at the ones that are called BFC. There's a lot of them, and there's just some really good choices here. Let's see. This one I really, really like. It's called BFC basically, but we've used it already like twice this week. So let's look for a different one. Now, what I'm looking for is a layer. Oh, yeah. Jamie Leonard is saying, you know, if you cut those little tiny pieces out of iron-on or vinyl, might be easier to attach. And I stayed away from that. But yes, I stayed away from using vinyl on this card because I wanted to show you all the different paper piecing. Okay, look at this one. It's called BFC Holiday Party. Then there's also this one, Holiday Sparkle. I like the Holiday Sparkle ones. Let's choose that. Now remember, it is still in a cutting out like with vinyl or paper, whatever style. So I'm going to switch it to writing, and I'm going to make it smaller. I have to, this is way too big, and so I'm gonna unlock it and see how this works. Now this might be kind of fun to put on the left hand side, and you know, just as like sort of music, and then putting something, say, I don't know, just says Merry Christmas or something, or I believe in Santa Claus or something. So you can go ahead and do that. And I did switch it to a writing style, as you can see right up here. And I did unlock it here to sort of make it a better fit into my card. Although I can't really see too well, I'm gonna have to get closer. I'm gonna increase here and see if make sure that all my letters are kerned. And they are. I mean, some of them have like a little, but I think that it will look good this way. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that and we're gonna attach it. Okay, so now we have, this is the inside of the card, this is the outside of the card, and then here are all of our little pieces. I don't need to cut each piece out for you, but I did want to show you the white because, and I made 2 of these cards as I always do, so just so you can see, I cut it out again. So here are the pieces that we're going to be cutting out. So there's a pom-pom for that. There's the fuzzy, furry part of the top of her hat. And then her eyes, which is the part that worries me the most because they're so tiny. So there they are. And I'm going to leave them on this mat until I'm ready for them. Okay, so here we go. Let's grab all these other things. The other thing to worry about are like inside the loops of the ribbon. So there is this here ribbon, and you need to remember to save these 2 green loops here. Okay, so I'm going to start with my card base. I'm going to use pop dots for the figure, for the Santa baby. Vixen, or whatever you want to call her. I'm going to use pop dots to give her that sort of a little more of a 3D look. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to move all my little pieces. Move your little pieces. Now let's move this. Okay, so there are my pop dots. You can see I got all my little pieces here, and I don't want to mess up. I do not want to mess up. All right, and then this is the internal card, the inside inset, you know. Okay, so this is our card itself. This one doesn't have the sentiment in it, but that's okay. I'm going to grab a little bit of double stick tape, and we're going to just do the inside of the left inside part of the card, just because we want to keep it in there, but we also don't want it to have, you don't want to have trouble opening it. By putting this on just one side, it keeps it so that it doesn't have problems with folding, you see. So that's why I do it this way. You could do it also on the back piece, but I just tend to do it this way. So my double stick tape, I always push down with my weeding tool like this, because sometimes it just doesn't catch. And then we're just taking off that one side that is sticky, so we can put this in there. Now yours, if you do it like I did it, yours is going to have the sentiment on the inside as well. Unfortunately, mine, I didn't think of that until now. So here is the card, right? There we go. Now let's start putting together our pretty little Vixen. Again, as I mentioned, lots of little pieces. I did have to print or cut out the white pieces first. These are the 2 largest pieces. And you'll notice that here on her stockings, you do need to add a pin so that it looks like she has the fishnets on. So there is that. And Uh, yeah, it does come in as an A2 size, but I don't know. I just got a little worried about all of the tiny pieces there. Yeah. So, just trying. I have a little bit of an issue right here with my, I don't know if you can see that, but here, there it is. Okay. So this is how it's going to go together. And I would suggest that you sort of start doing all the big pieces anyway, just so that you can kind of get an idea of how this goes together. So her hair goes here, and then let's do her hat and her bodysuit. So the hat is this, like this. Maybe I have it wrong. I might have it wrong. Yes, I do. There we go. And then we've got the white fluffy bits that fit in there perfectly. And then let's just do the bodysuit. So the bodysuit is, it has like the fur lined edges. So that's what the white is for. And we're going to put that right there. So let's start gluing if we can. And then we'll put all those little tiny pieces in. Okay. So let's first start with gluing the beige. Now you can use any color you want. This is, I don't know, it's like a coffee or cafe latte type of thing. So there you go. But you can use whatever you want. You know, I've used pink for flesh tones, but I think different shades of brown are good. And like, who's to say this couldn't be a picture of Eartha Kitt herself? And so maybe go a little darker. Up to you. Fun. Yeah, Eartha Kitt. Oh man, I've been in love with Eartha Kitt for a long time. Way back 20, 30 years ago, I found her. And of course, I saw her in the, it just as you probably did, in the Batman Batman program on TV with Adam West. And it was fun. There were a lot of celebrities on that show. And so she was Catwoman, which I thought was really cool. And she had this meow, like she was like meow, like she was really a cat. It was so cute. And of course, she was just so beautiful too. All right, so then we're gonna put this on top of here, being mindful of the little places where the white is gonna peek out. There we go. Here. Now you notice there's her belt coming out from there. Isn't that cute? And then we have a little belt buckle too to put on here. So I'll show you that. This is just paper piecing, but again, you do need to be patient with this process. So if you like to glue and do all that sort of stuff, then this is a great project for you. Okay. So let's do the hair first. I think it's kind of funny because I don't do the eyes until the end, and it looks a bit alien. If you ask me, it looks a little bit alien with those eyes without the white parts in there. So if you're going for an alien vixen, then there you go. Like something from Mars Attacks or something. All right. And we're just gonna piece these. If you have trouble with placement of something, know that all these pieces are cut very specifically to fit within each other. So for instance, if you were having problems with placement, or like I was doing here with the hat, thinking, oh, this is the way that it went, but no, just kind of turn it around. You can see, yep, that's the proper placement of the hat. Now tomorrow is Friday already. Wow. Um, and it's Freebie Friday, and I was going to look for a nice Christmas freebie. If you had any suggestions or thoughts on what you'd like to see that was part of freebie, let me know, and I can accommodate that because I haven't started planning for tomorrow. I mean, I have a few things, but oops, I got a little bit of glue on her hair. Yikes. All right, let's see what else we got for pieces. All right, so we have the greenery here. It's gonna go right there. And then we've got our little holly berries. Now we are going to need, I think, something to pick up these little tiny pieces, you see, so that way they fit properly. And so I'm going to use this. This is my, it's called a quick stick. They might have a repackaging of this, but it's basically, it's by We Are, the people that We Are makers. And they have this little, it has this little, tip on it that is kind of sticky. So when you pick up little pieces, it sticks to the end. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. What are you thinking, Annette? I was thinking that too, you know. She's saying there's a lot of little pieces, and indeed there are. So, again, this might be one, if you are not a patient person, that's okay. This is maybe just not the project for you. So I try to mix it up as best I can. So I'm just putting all these little pieces in place. Still need to go back and glue them, but I just kind of want to get a feel for, do I have all the pieces and everything? Now you notice, even look at down here, this cutout of the Christmas present. I need to go and find my little green inserts of my ribbon. You see? I have them right here. So, somebody's doing some drilling. It sounds like they're outside drilling. I don't know who that could be. It's so quiet here. With the exception of the dogs barking, but it's so quiet here since Owen went to New Hampshire, and he's having a blast, though he didn't really care for the rain. And I said, well, you know, it rains everywhere. So, you know, gotta kind of be patient with the weather, just like everybody else. And because he was like, well, maybe I want to come home. And I said, what are you going to do here? It's raining here too. You know, just wait until the rain stops. So there you go. But he's having a great time. He is earning money towards his taxidermy raccoon. He's mentioned it to my sister, so he has designs on that taxidermied raccoon. I don't know. I don't want it in my house, but he'll have it downstairs where he lives, and I won't have to see it all the time. But it's kind of, he's such a quirky kid, and it's sort of fun to see him. You know, he had kind of a rough patch at the beginning of the year. I think it was just sort of an adjustment to the new school, and kind of falling in with a couple of kids that weren't exactly what he was accustomed to. And so, you know, everybody needs a little reset there. So there you go. Seems like he survived that. Okay, so I don't usually do this, but I'm going to put the glue right here on the actual paper that it's glued to, and I'm going to use my little stick and sort of move that into place. There we go. Same with the berries. Oops. Mom's very happy. In case you were wondering, she's very happy. She calls it work. She was going to bring some, I think I told you that. She calls her daycare program work, and she has made she's not like, she's a super friendly person, but she said some of the people there aren't very friendly. I suppose that a lot of them might have issues with um, movement. I mean, my mother's not very fast as it is, but movement and everything. And so I tell her to be patient with other people, and they just love her. They call her adorable, which is terrific. I like that. Whoops. Let me just put that piece in there. And I just want to point out, look at how this is cut. So you can see part of her hand, and then over here where the boot is. It's just really lovely, all the details. But the details could drive you crazy. So if you're not the kind of person that goes in for details, again, maybe sit this one out and come back when we're doing another, or stay with us, of course, but sit out this one thing. Now, I did have a piece of brown here, and it's gone. So the brown is for where the hair overlaps, and I don't, so is this it? Yep, here it is. It's very small. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit glue on here. And so last night, I'm a little draggy today, but last night I went to this great, it was so good, this great, like sort of open house with PBD TV, and I got to see some of my friends that I haven't seen in a while, including Camille at PBD. She runs PBD TV, and then people from Salem, because Salem and PBD are right next to each other. I don't know if you guys know that, and it's not like most people drive through 3 or 4 towns on a regular basis, so it's just not unusual to have different cities sort of sharing resources and sharing. Just want to see if this is going to fit this way. Nope, it's going to go this way. And that's what last night was about. And I got to meet some poets. I mean, when was the last time you met a poet? I met 2 poets last night. I was like, wow, oh my gosh, I'm so like enamored of what you do, and was really just really excited. Met a guy that has sort of kind of fell into his role as a podcast creator, not actually doing the podcast, but creating them for other people, which I thought was really cool. And I thought, I gotta talk to this guy, because you guys know I'm like all keen on podcasts. So met him, and then I met this lovely woman. She was just, the way she just lit up the room when she came in. I mean, there were like tons of people there, like I'd say 50 people there, but she came waltzing in with her flowy clothes and her beautiful hair. She had like cornrow hair, and it was gray and black, and I thought, wow, there's a woman who is definitely in it relaxed with who she is, is really like relaxed. And I got to do a little interview with her, because she had this thing she was doing for interviews. So I don't know if they'll ever put it on or whatever, but it was really a lot of fun. We talked about, because I am still walking around. I have to have a cane. And so, we talked about diversity, which is a big deal for me, but also about access to different things, because people like me, whether it's temporary or people who are permanently disabled, um, they the city has so much to offer, but they don't often think about handicap access, and I really think that needs to be something that they think about. And even last night when I went, there was no handicap space at all for me in the parking lot, and the walk to the building was a little bit difficult. I have to be honest with you. So for me, this was an interesting topic, but the conversation flowed around how to be a creative in, in a community, and it was really good. Yeah, don't they? All right, so now look, here are the smallest pieces. I put just about all the pieces on here except for the eyes, and then here we got to put our little um, pom pom in there. And then down here we have the little pieces for her boots. So here, this goes on the boot here. And this one, if I can get it off, goes down here. Okay, where did it just go? How did it disappear? Oh man, oh there it is, Whoops. So you can see this is pretty intense, but a lot of fun. If you like jigsaw puzzles and stuff like that, it will. This really does fall in line with that sort of thing. So this is going to go here, and this here. So what do you guys think about tomorrow? What should we do? I'm trying to think. I think that I found a freebie. I'm trying to remember what we did for freebies last week. And come on, little piece. And I don't recall what we did for freebies. Not terrible. I think it was something from Simply Crafty SVGs, but I might be wrong. I'm going to check my original so you can see. So I have to have this sort of like, it almost looks like a quarter moon, and then the dot, and then here is sort of like a smile, and then the dot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that quarter moon in first. Might be a good idea to put the glue on right directly on the paper, but didn't think of that before I started. All right. And then let's get our little teeny piece for the eye. I don't know if that's going to be enough glue, but let's try that. It's a little bit high. Move it down a little bit. All right. Kind of cute, but still weird because she only has one eye done. And here's the next piece right here. That's going to go there. So this part is the hardest part if you haven't figured that out yet. But the rest of the stuff's pretty easy. Like I said, it's just kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle. Oops. Move this up a little bit. Oops. There we go. And then this piece needs to be, this is a teeny tiny piece. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue here, probably too much that I put in there. And I'm going to flip this over. Come on, flip over. Okay, here we go. All right. Now all we're missing is her mouth. I'm just noticing it. There's no mouth here. Where is the mouth? Ay, ay, ay. Let me see. No. Oh, darn it. I'm missing the mouth. All right. Well, let's pretend like the mouth is there. Yikes. That actually, it's not terrible. I mean, the other way, if there were no eyes, that would look bad. But no mouth. Wait, is this the mouth? Nope. All right. Well, pretend that she has a pretty puckered mouth here. And we're going to take our little card and we are going to give it some pop dots. That mouth is teasing me. And we'll just flip this over. Yeah, iron-on might be a really good idea. Don't do glitter iron-on because that would cut out not so great for those little tiny pieces because of all the glitter's kind of gritty. So if you wanted to do the white and the red, or I was thinking, oh, a red would look real nice with like some kind of velvety shine to it. And I ended up using my my glossy accents for the mouth on the first one that I did, and I was going to show you that today on the second one, but apparently the mouth has just made off. But like, I mean, if you're a poet, because that was my big question to get back, is that like you have to be a poet and other things, right? I mean, like, how do you support yourself as a poet? And we, you know, I did ask that question when they had the panels, like, when did you start calling yourself an artist and sort of owning that title of artist? Or do you call yourself something else because that is too lofty of a thing? And there was a woman there, her name was, all right, I think it's Annie Made a Thing. I think that's her name is Annie, but I might be wrong. Ugh. But she did a thing. Annie did a thing, and she does all these outdoor, she's a muralist. And it wasn't until she got stuck in, like all of us, in the pandemic, and they wanted to somehow bring some sort of life to downtown areas. So they hired her to paint murals on the vacant or the businesses that were closed, you know. In fact, one of them is still up. It says exhale negativity, inhale tacos. It was right next to this taco place that's since moved. But and I thought, gee, that's so cute. You know, but she struggled because even though she went to art school, she was like, I don't kind of deserve to be called an artist. And so I was really curious to find out when they all sort of claimed that. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call myself an artist. I'd probably call myself like a craftsman or something, artisan maybe, because I try to do things that are useful. And I always felt like artisan was, they're making something in small batches, but that is going to get consumed, you know? Oh, wow. She worked as a bartender. If you did the wobble, where would I do the wobble? On her body? I don't know. I didn't seem to think that wobbles were going to work on this, but at any rate, here we go. There's this beautiful Vixen. This one doesn't have the inside cover. This has a lot of, I noticed after the fact, has a lot of dog hair on it. And I think anybody getting one of my cards going to know that there might be some dog hair on it, and it's sort of their way of saying hello to you all. So there you go. Let's see. So tomorrow, I hope you enjoyed that. And if not, we'll move on to something else that's not so intensive to the paper piecing bit. So let's go on up here and we'll pick out tomorrow's craft. We're going to do something that's free because it's Friday. So let's go on over to the internet and see if we can't find something. Let's go. I did see this really cute from Dreaming Tree, a free file that's Christmas. Now I know we did the Holly note card. We did this one. Oh, that was last week. But I really liked well, first of all, I really liked this nativity lantern. And I think that might be the one that we should try because I want to see if you can make it and not put it all together until it was ready, like until we were at Christmas time. Yeah, so I was thinking about that. But then there's another card here. Oh, this one here, this jointed mouse. So I'm going to take a little impromptu poll. Would you rather do the mouse or would you rather do the nativity lantern? So there's the nativity lantern. So let me know which one you'd like to do, mouse or lantern. Do that in the chat while I'm getting a glass of water. Did I say my good mornings? I don't even know if I said my lantern. Okay. Teresa, lantern, mouse, lantern, please. Lantern. So far we've got 3 lanterns and 1 mouse. Anybody else want to chime in? Because mouse, okay, that's 2 mouse, 4 lantern, 5 lantern. It looks like the lantern's winning, guys. Mouse done the lantern. Lantern, 6-3, I think. Okay, why don't we say this? Why don't we do the lantern tomorrow, and we'll also do that mouse later on in the summer. How does that sound? Yeah, let's do the mouse next week. It really is cute, and it goes with a set of Christmas jointed people. There's Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and I think an elf. Let me just see. And so that's the free portion of that, and maybe we can do all or some of those so that we have them ready for Christmas. Yeah, see, so there's the mouse, it's free. And then you get this elf, the Mrs. Claus, and the Santa, which you have to pay for. So maybe we can do them all, and you can decide which ones, if you want to purchase, you want to do the free one. The mouse will wait. Yes. Okay. And tomorrow, if you are going to be joining us, get this nativity lantern. It's at 3dsvg.com. It's under free files, and it's on page 2 of the free files. Now, I already own it. See, I have the little banner that says owned. So since I already own it, I'm going to go up here to my account, and I'm going to go to downloadable products, and then I'm going to look for, this is alphabetical, so I'm going to go N for nativity, and nativity lantern free, and I'm going to download it, and I will show you how to do all that tomorrow too. The Halloween one was really adorable. Oh, so Mama Bear is saying she used glitter vinyl for the top layer on the lantern. Okay. Let's put some iron onto a pizza pan. I loved that. That was a fun project. Pizza pan with the iron on. We got to make some more signs. I just tend to be happier with my paper. I know I have to do some other stuff. I have so much vinyl and iron on, and I never work with it. So there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it looks shimmery? Yeah? Yes, the glitter iron-on can be quite thick. So we'll see. I'll play around with it today, and we'll see. But tomorrow is the nativity, and I will see you again at 9 o'clock. Hi, Penny. Hi. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Penny. And also, I think what I really wanted to show you was how to drag and drop pieces, because as you guys know, I'm going to replace this. When you upload from the Dreaming Tree, uh, you have to do it one by one, and I'm going to show you how to do it with you can do drag and drop, and I know I never talk about that, so I want to show you that. Okay, all right, we'll talk to you later, guys, and have a great day. Bye. See you later.